All right. Let's see here.
I just got a notification that the 13th child is ready.
Oh, for your Libby, nice.
I've been waiting for it for like weeks. Oh, I just got the notification.
Okay, yeah, me too.
So we're live.
Okay, we are live to chat about our November book club pick, which is The Lies We Leave Behind. I keep forgetting like the words and getting them mixed up.
You got a paperback of it?
Yeah, I did.
Definitely want to get one.
Yeah, it was on sale during like Amazon had their recent like buy 3 for 2 sale.
Oh.
And so I was like, add that to the cart because I was grabbing other stuff. Hello, everybody. Hello.
I was in the private chat. I was like, why there's no comments?
Oh. What have you been waiting for?
Oh, my audiobook for the 13th child.
Oh.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got the notification. I'm very excited.
Those Libby holds, yeah.
It literally
Some
said
of them are so long.
5 weeks for that book yesterday. I'm like, did everyone just skip it or did they like get more copies finally?
Yeah, true. I do like when that happens.
Yeah. I've been waiting for it. Now I get to change my reading plans around for the weekend.
Yeah. I just added a bunch to mine from books that you read recently that just Libby Holds came in, like Normal People and what was the other one you read in that? Like the Library Paris thingy or something?
Oh, the Paris Library, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I'll check out both of those. Okay. Oh, yay for a break. And for Christmas decorating. Love it.
Oh, the paperback.
Oh, for this.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Nice. Yep. Okay. So let us know if you read this one then and what you rated it and all the things.
Yeah, I feel like the cover is a little misleading.
Yeah. That's what we were like just talking about before. Like, I don't think I read the synopsis on the back. So I was assuming it was going to be a lot different than it was. Like, yeah. So I don't know, but I liked it. So
yeah, it was like a good, not what I expected. But I think I know the girls A Flight City, is that hers? No, The Flight Girls is like that. It has a cover like that where it's two girls. The Angels of the Resistance is them in a field.
True.
So
yeah,
I don't know if that's her vibe that she goes for with
like
World War I or World War II historicals. So
I
don't know if they were trying to keep it on brand, maybe.
True.
But
your library hold will come in. Okay. 4 stars. What did you end up landing on?
I think because of the end, it wasn't like 3.5. I was like, okay, this is like a 3.5. This is not my favorite by her because I've read everything minus that 1940s one by her.
Oh yeah.
So I was, obviously you compare it to like other things, but the ending got me, and I was like, okay, this is a 4-star read. I really liked this one. Yeah, it was very different though.
That's how I felt too, because like we talked when we were like halfway through, and we were both like, it's good. It's not like a new favorite or anything, but it's like solid. But then the last half, I feel like totally flipped the script, and like I really ended up loving it. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna do like 4, maybe 4.5, because like the ending was so good.
The middle, like the beginning was slow, just a little bit. Like the beginning and middle were slow. I'm like, I'm interested. I don't want to put it down. Like I don't want to DNF it, but it was still like it was a lot slower paced than some of her other books that I was kind of used to. And the 2-person point of view is different, like having his and hers. Yeah. That wasn't like then and now, I should say. I don't think she's written, unless the 1940s is kind of like that, but I don't think it is. The other books that she's written are not like that. So it was something new for her.
I really liked that part, how it had Williams, like it started off with his POV in like what 2022 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. First by the author for a lot of people.
So I know you read The Angels of the Resistance, right? And what did you rate that one? When did you end up
that one I gave like 3.5 stars. So I liked this one more. And that one I just had troubles with like the characters. And so I wonder if having the dual timeline as well as the dual POVs like helped me more. I don't know. I was just like pulled into the story immediately with this one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know how you'd feel about Flight Girls then, because it is very similar to
Okay.
Angels of the Resistance. I think, I
Mhm.
don't remember, it's been a while since I read that one.
Yeah.
I don't think she had, like, the dual POV, 'cause I listened to the audiobook for all of hers, and I love the
Yeah.
narrator she always chooses, like, I loved this narrator, the female narrator, I think she did a really good
Mhm.
job. But yeah, she's just, like, a solid historical fiction author for me, like, I've really, like, this will be the
Mhm.
the 3rd book I read, and they've all been, like, relatively solid, so I'm, like, really
Yeah.
happy that she tried something new with the dual POV,
Mhm.
because I think it definitely did work, like,
Mhm.
in the best way, not like it didn't hinder the book, like, The Nightingale kind of with the oh, no, was it The Nightingale? What book did I read where it was past to present dual POV like that, and it just didn't work, it, like, took me out of the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I
Oh,
think a lot of us agree, yeah, the first half was slower.
yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
why I won't do, like, a five-star read,
Yeah, same, yeah.
but it was still really
Yeah.
solid, like, I was not expecting the last half at all. I was like, "Oh, we're really going there, like, this is really happening."
Yeah. I know, like, I think I was last night, like, Lexi, I think, messaged me on Instagram and was like, "I blame you guys for I'm, like, crying eating dinner right now." And I was like, "Wait, which part are you at? Because 'Cause I'm only, like, 70% in, like, what's gonna happen?" So then I was like, "Yeah, things are happening, like, I'm invested."
I did I mean, it was pretty obvious who William was, do you know what I mean? But I thought the person that came to
The
visit him,
girl, yeah, mhm.
I thought that was the daughter.
So did I, like, that's what I was gonna ask, if people knew in the beginning or not. Like, I thought it was either the daughter, and then I thought, is it her sister? Like, once we realized her sister was, like,
Oh,
alive, you know what I mean? But then once we realized how her sister was, I was like, "Oh, she wouldn't be coming to see it." And then I was like, "Oh, granddaughter?" And then it was just so sad, like, that she never got to, like, see him at the end, you know what I mean? Like, um, Cat or whatever. No, not Cat. Kate,
Katie.
but yeah, Kate.
That's
Like,
not really her name, but, like, I don't know
yeah, I
her
was like,
surname.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then she was what, Lena or something when she was in Germany? Yeah. Ugh, like, it made me so sad that she never like, she saw him and saw him with somebody else and then just left, and I was like, "Ugh," it
I mean,
kills
like,
me.
but it makes sense, right? Like, if
Yes, yes.
you had no communication, right? Like, he literally wrote that letter thinking, like, something happened to you, and he, like, if you think it from his point of view, because I was also invested because we saw his point of view.
Yeah,
So, it's like,
yeah.
you know how he feels, and he's, like, putting his thoughts on paper, like, "This is me letting you go, like, I have to move on with
Mhm.
my life, like, you're not here anymore, I know you would just not contact, like, without
Right.
a good reason." And I was like,
I
"But she's
know.
literally, like, in a concentration camp, like, she's" oh my
Going through things.
oh my
Yeah,
god, yeah. The ending
yeah.
I thought was so good. I think if the beginning would have had something that was faster paced or if she cut down some of the stuff,
Mhm.
I know she was, like, developing her and how important it was for her being a nurse, and I thought it would be more like The Women-esque, where it was more
Right.
about being a nurse in a
Me
wartime
too.
period. Um, I mean, I'm not mad the way it turned out to be, but it was very
Same.
much like
Yeah. Yeah, because with how the first half was going, I thought it'd be more active in her, like, being a nurse and doing stuff with the war, but then, like, with that accident and she got sent home, I was like, "Oh, wait, like, is this just her story now?" But then, like, it had, like, pieces of, obviously, the war sprinkled throughout and stuff, but I was expecting it to be a different aspect than it ended up being.
yeah, so I think I don't know if it says it on the front cover, but in the blurb, I think on Amazon, it says for fans of Kate Quinn and
Mm.
Beatrice something.
Oh,
That
yes, it does, yeah, Beatrice Williams.
so when I saw that, I was like, "Wait, she doesn't write like those 2 authors." Well, I've read Kate Quinn, but it's
Mm.
like, I know
Mhm.
the Beatrice one is similar to Kate Quinn. I was like, "She doesn't write that way." So, like, not that I was expecting some type of twist, but so
Yeah,
when it came up that, like, she was German and she went to the US and she got rid of her accent, like, I was like,
right.
"Okay, I get the vibe of those style
Comparing,
writing."
yeah.
And I'm
Mhm.
not mad, like, if this is where her historical fiction career is gonna go, like, I'm so excited, like, I she's only been a
Same, yeah.
published author for 3 or 4 years now,
Mm,
and she's
I
released,
like
like, a
that.
book each year, so
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So Holly called it that it was the granddaughter.
thank you, Holly.
A lot of people, yeah, thought it was the daughter.
But if you put the time together, like
Yeah,
2022 to like 1940s,
right.
like, that
It didn't
daughter,
add up.
yeah, she would have been
Yeah,
like in her 60s or something like that.
yeah. Well,
Sounds
because
like,
at first I didn't know that she was gonna end up pregnant, so, like, I just assumed, "Oh, maybe this is, like, later on, or it's a daughter she had with somebody else later in life and is coming to tell him about her mother,"
yeah.
or, like yeah, same as Lexi, like, I thought it was the sister and then was like, "Yeah, it better not be her."
I didn't think
Once
it
we
was a
got to
sister at
see
all.
her.
I was literally like, I first I thought it was Katie. I was like, but wait, no,
Mhm.
he said that she was like younger.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, obviously it's not that because he would have recognized her. But he recognized the eyes, and I was like, the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
about it. I'm like, there's something there.
And I liked his, like when he realized it, like, how he was like, "Oh, I was looking for Kate in this person the whole time," but then he sees, I think, his own daughter in her, and he's like, "Oh, like, there's pieces of me in her too." It's like,
Yeah,
"Oh."
it was like something with a picture in his office that she was looking
Yes.
at, and
Yeah.
just like, could you imagine being how old is he at this point? Like probably 80, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's about 80 if he was maybe 90, depends on how old he was in the 40s, right? So he's relatively old, which the narrator I feel like didn't really portray how old he was, like he still sounded like he was
Right.
in his 60s. But like could you imagine going your whole life and not having this relationship with this daughter like he said how he's like he missed out with, you know,
Yeah.
how he is with his
Everything.
daughters, and you see that how he is with his daughter and now his granddaughter, like, he
Mhm.
could have had that, but then this was happening, like, that part, like,
Yeah.
Kate never got married again, she never
I
had another
know.
person.
Ugh. Yeah.
I wanted a
I
little
know.
bit of the ending though, because it kinda just cuts to, like, "Yeah, let's go home," and he, like and she takes what is it Willow or Willa?
Willa?
The daughter, yeah, takes her
Yeah.
to, like, where she wanted to be raised, like, on the French in the French countryside, I think it
Mhm.
was, or something like that,
Yeah.
and I would love to see her, like, being a mom in, like, a normal setting rather than, like,
Yeah.
giving birth in, like, a very traumatic way.
Right. I know, yeah, that end, it all just kinda, like, spliced it together, everything happening super fast for
Yeah,
her and, like, getting rescued at, like, the perfect time, and then her aunt and uncle, and then going to Seattle to, like, find William, like, it all just kinda, like, briefly went
yeah.
through it all.
I knew something was up, though, when she spoke German to that soldier on the plane when they were like,
Mm,
"We have to
mhm.
take some people," and she, like, said something in German, I was like, "How does she know that?"
Yes, I know, same. Because I was like, "Oh, she's just, living with her aunt and uncle," and, like, she kept alluding to these secrets, but I had no idea, like, what it was gonna be about her past. Let's see. Kinda surprised was how during an active wartime she can basically just go AWOL, and it's, like, fine when she turns back up. Oh. Was it
Wait,
'cause when she was injured?
yeah, I thought like, she didn't go, like, completely, it was like she had to
Yeah.
they, like, discharged
Recoup
her
or whatever? Yeah.
for a
And then
time being.
did they pull her back in, or did she just see when she was watching with her uncle, like, about invading Normandy, and then did she decide to join back up, or did they come and ask her for it?
I
Or maybe it didn't really say. Like, I know
no,
they were watching it.
I thought it was, like, the reason why she was sent to the concentration camp? Is
Well,
that
when she started, like, being a part of the fight again, like, after she was, like, convalescing with, like, her aunt and uncle and trying to heal up her injury on her leg, and then she went back in. I think
I
that
see.
is it that part or which part for AWOL? I'm assuming it's
Oh,
that time,
she said when
maybe?
she left for the death in the family.
Oh, oh, oh.
Because she was
Oh,
injured and she found out, and so she
gotcha.
went back to
Yes.
England. I don't know how it is in the military then, but now you get, like, X amount of time to but
Yeah.
she's not, like, in the military as in, like, an active combat soldier, she's a
Right.
nurse, so it in that sense, I felt like it was more voluntary, so I think if she wanted to leave, she could've, like, it was totally fine. I don't think it was like
Mm,
a
mhm.
obviously they knew where she was going.
Interesting.
Lexi the detective.
I know. Same with Holly, like, I just wasn't even, like I was just along for the ride, I guess, like, I was just like, "Oh, like, World War II," and I wasn't even thinking it was gonna have anything to do with Germany because, like, it talks about her being in, like, the Pacific and just kind of all of that, so I wasn't expecting anything, like, in Europe
Yeah,
at all, honestly.
but her parents and stuff are horrible, like, I can't imagine, like, having family that actively supports.
Mm,
Do you know what I mean? Like, I also feel that that was, like, really prevalent now, like,
that's
how
what I was gonna say, yeah.
feel,
Yeah, yeah.
but how she,
With
like
other yeah.
wanted to see her sister, and like she had this idea of who her sister was going to be, and the I don't want to say maid, but like her nanny
Mhm.
was like, no, she's one of them. Like
Yeah.
she's not like just your parents' child. She is
Yeah.
actively like, oh,
I know.
so
Yeah. Which it could have been totally different, like, if it had worked out and her aunt and uncle were able to like, they planned to go get her too and take her out of there, but then they thought, like, that whole accident happened and that she was no longer. So it's just, like, longer time in with her family and in that, like, group of people they were hanging out with, like, she just yeah. Ugh, when the, like, lieutenant shows up in the room when everything goes down with her sister and her and their yeah, their nanny and the mom, and I was like, oh my
yeah,
god, like, one thing I had to rewind it a couple times and listen because I was like, "Who took who out?" Like, you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
Ugh, so scary. Yeah, but it was so her relationship with, like, yeah, their, like, nanny or whatever that woman was to them, like, she seemed to have, like, a really close relationship with her and, like, making the baby clothes for her and, like, telling her immediately, like, "Do not tell your sister that you're pregnant at all." Like, don't even allude to, like, having anything going on there.
yeah.
See. Mm, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's like a plot hole because I didn't
Yeah.
realize that until now. But I mean,
Mhm.
I don't think it says that she like told them what happened after. Like, hey,
Yeah. It's
but then
true,
again,
yeah.
like once I don't know how many months it was. Well, it had to be like at least 7, right? Like, because she was pregnant for the whole time that she
Mhm.
was in Germany.
True.
So
Mhm.
I don't know how they do that with like time
Yeah.
off or like figuring things out. Because I think she mentioned
Well, yeah.
trying to write, but to like to William, but she didn't know what was gonna be, like,
Mhm.
flagged in the letter, so I don't know if one of those letters just so happened to be, like, to whoever
Yeah.
works
Well,
for
and,
us.
like, I don't know if her aunt and uncle, like, handled it and told people or, like or
Yeah,
even how it was handled back
yeah,
then during the height of World War II, like, if they just,
yeah.
people got lost and stuff.
But her, like, seeing the one side of it, like, being the nurse, right, and then, like, having to go back in to that country
Mm.
where it all started, like, I could not imagine, like, almost be she man, yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I think, like, what kind of citizen she actually was, like, debatable.
Yeah, for sure. Well, when she had, like, multiple passports and
Yeah, she had, like, a German one, she had her US one.
Mhm.
She had a different
Mhm.
German one and a different German name,
Yeah.
which she had
Yeah.
multiple names, so, I
Mhm.
could see what she was trying to do because this is very different for her, having this, like, multi-layered story. Because
Mhm.
Angels of Resistance is not like that, it's very much about,
Yeah.
like,
Just
her sister.
straightforward. Mhm.
The Flight Girls is exactly like that. It's, starts with Pearl Harbor being bombed and she's there and it kind of like leads to all the things that happens in her life and it's very much like her story and stuff like that. Obviously
Mhm.
the other people that she's around, their stories are there, but it's not like this multi-layered like spy
Yeah.
slash family drama. It's not like that. So
Mhm.
I'm not mad at it. I don't know if that's the way she's gonna go, but I guess I've known her to be like the
Mhm.
single story, so I don't know. Maybe she's like exploring different things, kind of like what she did with the jazz one. I just haven't read that one.
Mhm. I'm interested with that one too. I think I still will get to the Flight Girls and just like because I feel like that Pearl Harbor time is like interesting, especially from a woman's POV. I feel like so I'll still read that one, but so far I think this is of the two I've read. This one's my favorite from her.
Did you did you read The Girls of Flight City by Lorraine Heath?
Hmm.
You did. So
Yeah.
how they are like women pilots, she's kind of like one of them, but it's like a different program during that time
Okay.
that she's like training people and stuff like that. It's very interesting. So, oh,
Mm.
I had hope.
That
I
she
had
was not going to be
hope.
bad.
Yeah, like, so I know the maid was like, "No, she's horrible, like, she's one of them, like, she's
Yeah.
bad, don't tell her anything." I thought it was like, "Oh, maybe she's smart and putting up this front that of course she
Oh,
has
like another
to be
twist.
yeah, like, she has to play into it, right? Like, it
Yeah.
or what is she gonna do? Like, if she doesn't play
Mhm.
into it? Like, she comes from this her parents that are, like, perfect sim
Literally funding and supporting it, yeah.
exactly, so I was like, "Okay, maybe she's smart like her," like, just they've had 2 different ways of growing up, but, like, they still have, like, the similar mindset of, like, "Well, I
Yeah.
try and do what I can," but no, no,
Yeah, no.
that was
When
too
she, like, took her other passport and burned it or ripped it up or whatever she did, I was like, "Oh, no," and then it just was, like, everything piling up after that, like, the lieutenant showing up and, like,
yeah.
oof.
But also after that, seeing her actually go into the concentration camp so I was listening, but I didn't know how much I had left of the book, right? Like, I wasn't paying
Mm,
attention to, like, percentage or anything. I was literally just, like, listening, so when she went into the concentration camp, I was like, "She's gonna die." I was like, "This is where it's gonna end, and she's gonna die
oh,
here,
no.
and William is never gonna know." And, like, maybe the daughter got out or something, like, because at that point, obviously, I knew she was pregnant, but her giving birth but seeing that side of the concentration camp was interesting
Mhm.
because I didn't know that that was, like, a part where, like, they would still, like, imprison people, but, like, treated them just a little bit better, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I didn't know that part of it, so
Yeah, when that doctor was like, "Oh, do you wanna help?" and, like, "We need nurses."
yeah. It's like, "Yeah, you're
Yeah.
German, so I mean, like, I guess you're a little more okay."
Mm. Yeah. Didn't have hope. Yeah, I know.
That nanny,
Yep,
she
I was
knew
like
better. She was like, "I'm
I
telling
know.
you."
Yeah. Well, it's just so dangerous because it's like, alright, she's pregnant, she can't tell them, and now she's in the house with them, and, like, how are you gonna get out of this situation?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, she didn't.
I know.
But
Ugh.
I guess it's, like, because I don't remember how old she was when she left because I know Kate's, like, the older one or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, even though it's her sister, so Kate obviously feels like, "That's my sister, I am gonna try and do everything I can."
Right.
Because she doesn't probably remember her, like, she's just says she's a sister, but she's like, "I have no attachment to you," like
True. She's like, "You're just the enemy, like, we're on opposite sides." Yeah.
exactly. So, even though it
Yeah.
is the sister thing, I think it's, like, on the other side of it because she was so much younger when everything happened.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. She should have, yeah.
yeah. But how, like,
Yep.
the women there was that one friend she made that had, like, the little rash on her leg that she, like, was either volunteered to go into the brothels or
Mhm.
she was forced, like, kind of pushed into that, but, like, if you
Yeah.
had, like, some type of disease, they would just kill you.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
"Oh my
Yeah.
gosh."
Yeah.
Or, like, her
The
trying to
lady
give birth in that situation, like
Mhm.
oh,
Yeah, because that was the woman who was telling her, like or that's when I think the part of the story when they were talking about, like, women who were just used for, like, the soldiers' pleasures or whatever there, and then, yeah, if they got anything, they got rid of them because they didn't want to then catch it or get it.
yeah. It's like, where else they
Yeah,
would have they got it from?
I know. Yeah. Yep. Mhm. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
And then, like, yeah, what would have happened and what would have become of her, like, would she have gotten out of Germany easily? Like, I would hope, but I guess you never know.
yeah. But after all that time, would William still have been, like, around? And
True,
waited?
yeah.
'Cause you don't know exactly when.
Mhm. I know, I was curious of the time frame because it's like, "Okay, when did you get with this next lady, sir? Like, how long did you grieve?"
Well, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, "Oh, when she's like, 'Oh, yeah, she moved into, like, down and around the corner,' like, that lady told her," and she was like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, no." And when she saw that lady getting out, I'm like, "Is that, like, after the conversation, like, the doctor's appointment?" You know how William, like, mentioned? And I'm like, it's one of those
Mhm.
things where it's like the timing is, like, in the
Yeah.
universe is just not on this couple's side, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
ugh, that gets me. I'm just like
I know, like, my
also
heart was just, like, in my throat, and then it just, like, dropped because it's like, okay, she got to the house, they don't live there anymore, but then someone's
yes.
like, "Oh, he's right around the corner," and I was like, oh, "There's hope again," and then no. And I was like, maybe this is like she's gonna see it and it's gonna be like a neighbor or a sister or like a relative he's helping and she like assumes the worst, but it will be good. And I was like, no, it's not good. It's not good at all.
Yeah. It's just it's I mean, like, her thought process made sense. So
Mhm.
that's why it was even more heartbreaking because it's like, what is she gonna do? Ruin his life, her life, and that other lady's life when, like,
I know.
he didn't know what happened? Like, you can't blame him, and she never did, and I just thought that was so sad.
Yeah. I know.
It
Yeah.
was a roller coaster.
Mhm. The last half, I feel like, because it was just, like, a slow start, and then I wouldn't have guessed it was going all the places it went, like, from the beginning.
No, not at
It
all.
felt totally different.
Like, literally, the beginning felt like The Women, like, the
Yes,
start of
yes,
her
yes.
going into yes, and I
Mhm.
was like, "Okay, I can be on board on this, like, this is fine."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, 'cause she's talking to, like, the other nurses and, like, the pilots she was flying with, and I was like, "Oh, okay, it's gonna be this storyline."
Yep, yep.
And then no.
Showing what a flight
Yeah.
nurse goes through and how, like, the
Mhm.
planes were rickety and sometimes it didn't,
Right.
they had to crash land basically on I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh my god, I could not imagine being in that situation."
Yeah. Well, and, like, their supply runs, and sometimes they were taking injured people back, but sometimes they were taking, like, chickens and livestock, like, on
Yep,
board with them. I was like,
yep,
"Okay, yeah, makes sense."
yeah. It's interesting, my uncle, who's in the Air Force, he's a flight nurse currently, he's an officer,
Mhm.
so obviously it's different now than it was
Right.
then, but he's been in the military for, like, 25 years, so I'm like, I know that he's gone through a lot, like, he's been to Afghanistan, I can't tell you how many times, like, into the Middle East and stuff like that, um,
Mhm.
but I'm just like, is if this is, like, a fraction of what he goes through, like, no thank you, like,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Yeah.
That's so tough,
Mhm.
but I mean, overall,
Yeah.
it was a good pick. I'm
Mhm.
pretty happy. I was nervous because she's, like, a newer author, and it's a newer release, so there's not, like, reviews to go off of. Like,
Right.
true to
Yeah.
like, at the beginning, a lot of people were just, like, who got, like, early copies of it will rave about it.
Right.
So, I'm glad we all liked it, though.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I guess she doesn't
Mhm.
I was seeing if she had, like, a author's note or, like usually, like, the author's note in historical fictions are always, like, super big with, like, all the history, but hers is, like, really short, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
Did you listen to the audio?
Mhm. Yeah,
The
I did.
author's note in the audio, though? Or did
Mhm.
you stop it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
She
was just
literally
seeing if
was
she
just
had
like,
more in
I
the
was I was researching and this came across
Yeah.
what I was, researching and I pivoted and I wrote a book about it. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yep. Yeah. Which that's why I was like, "Maybe there's more in the book," but no, there's not. Let's see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What did you give it, Lexi? Did you also give it 4 stars?
I don't know if she said.
I know, I don't think so.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it
feel like it
was
was a solid 4, like, it wasn't low for me, it was higher because of the ending and just everything that happened.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, I know.
That was very even a part of me though
Mhm.
was like maybe this author wife that he had, maybe that was Kate and like she took on a new identity. Like I
Yeah,
was still holding out hope for like
yeah.
that far. Like it's very unrealistic that that would happen, but I was still holding out hope.
Mhm, mhm,
Aw.
mm. Well, I feel like the crying, like, makes it more of an impactful read for you, like, it pulled out emotions from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
I've never
an
heard of Alice.
MM? Me neither. Hmm, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a good one, and, like, it's a new release, it just came out this month, so I'm glad we all got to it.
Yeah. I feel like that book's actually on the longer side because it looks thicker than some of her other ones.
Mhm. She
So
was an NFL cheerleader, the author?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It said she's been a Navy recruit, a medical assistant, and an NFL cheerleader, but always a storyteller. Interesting. That's so, like,
Very
a
bizarre.
variety. Yeah. Interesting. And, like, the publisher for this, that's what I was looking at, like, it's not St. Martin's Press or, like, any type of publisher, it's, like, Mira Books, whatever that is.
I don't
I
know
don't know,
what
is
that
that what
is.
her other books are too?
Let me see.
Yeah.
Can you see them? Do you have the paperbacks?
Yeah, the other one is too. Yeah, I have the, Angels of the Resistance is as well. Just like MIRA.
MIRA. Hang on. Oh, mini. Oh, yeah. The Flight Girls is like that too.
Okay, interesting. Hmm.
Because I don't know.
Ooh, you borrowed the jazz one today? That one looks good as well. They have, like, all 3, like, little on the back of this one, like, the covers. The
Oh, that's
Roaring Days
fun.
one. Mhm. I do wanna get to that one as well.
Let me see if there's a hold. I don't really know what I want to read next. Like I have a bunch of stuff out, but I'm like, I don't know.
Oh, they're an imprint of Harlequin. Interesting, okay. Good to know. Interesting, interesting.
Ooh, that
Oh,
one's longer.
which one? Oh, the Roaring Days one?
Yeah, that's 14 hours.
Oh, okay.
Because
I
this one
think
was
I
like
have
12
a
hours,
whole.
right?
Yeah, maybe. I think so.
Because the Flight Girls is her shortest, and it's 10 hours.
Oh, that's not
Oh,
bad.
yeah, this one was 12 hours.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
Hmm.
Interesting. I'm excited to have a new like historical fiction author too. Check out more of their books.
Yeah, that it's a little less, what's the word? Like, they're not Kristen Hanna emotional damage.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, I know. Like, hopefully they keep letting historical fiction be a thing and not the like historical romance
I
that's
I don't
happening.
think that would happen. I feel like, well,
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but like you just have so many big, big, big historical fiction authors. Like now Jodi Picoult.
Hmm.
Picoult? Is that her name?
I think so.
Whatever. She wrote a historical fiction. Either this year or last year she released one, which
Yeah.
is she usually doesn't write more historical fiction. So I mean then you have
Yeah.
Kristen Hanna. Um
Hmm. With all the banning of things and like
oh
I know that Jody, whatever lady, like her books get banned and like just the whole people not wanting to learn about history
yeah.
or have stories that embrace that side
Yeah.
of things. So I would hope not, but who knows in these wild times we're in.
Right. It was just like I also just so happened to pick up the Paris library like right at
Mm,
this that like moment when I vlogged it. And I was like, they're banning books. Like,
yeah,
what do you not mean? Like, what do you mean? Are we not getting it? Like, are we in two
right?
different worlds right now?
I know. Mhm. Yep.
Yep. Which is
Yep.
interesting. Like Amelie Howard, I think, is doing the whole fantasy. Is it Amelie? And then
Yeah, it is. Sophie Jordan did her fantasy. I
yeah.
know Beverly Jenkins, like she was saying 2 years ago, the first time I saw her, that they were not trying to Avon was not trying to pick up historical romance from her. They were wanting her contemporary or other things.
Yeah.
And like I think they said a lot of Berkeley authors got contracts like didn't get picked up new or got canceled or whatever, like historical romance authors. Like Berkeley's not going to be having historical romances.
I would really cry though if historical fiction. But I feel like I feel like really they're not getting the contracts because it's romance, because it's historical romance. If it
Hmm.
was just marketed as a historical fiction, which there are some historical fiction authors that do write technically like more romantic
Yeah.
books,
Hmm.
but they're not marketed that way.
For sure. Yeah.
And I'm like, it's
Yeah.
just because of the genre label that they put on it, really.
Hmm.
Because any historical romance is a historical fiction,
Exactly. Yeah.
which is very annoying.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
know. Same. Yep.
yeah.
I still want them and we'll read them.
Like I just haven't picked them up this year, but I've been more into the historical fiction more so than
Mm.
historical romance. But I think it's because for the last like 2 years before this year is like I just binged a bunch of historical
Yeah.
romances and I
Hmm.
didn't read any historical fiction. So I feel like I just like swayed to the other side. So I'm waiting
Right.
for it to like balance out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
yeah, I like this one.
Me too. Yeah. This was a good pick. I feel like our last two. Wait, what was the one we just read in September? Oh, that was the other. I guess I'm thinking of the historical fiction readathon. We read Goodreads during that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they do. Anything with romance, I feel like it gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. But I did grab our December book as well. I have a physical copy of it.
You bought it?
Yes, because it was on sale on Amazon like super late at night, and it was like $6 or $7.
What?
And
Yeah.
I'm really glad I did because it's actually like epistolary, so it's letters and telegrams, and like you can see them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna go see if my local used
So yeah,
bookstore.
it has like telegrams and letters like
Oh, that's
throughout the whole
interesting.
book. So like that.
I know it was an older book, so I was gonna see if my like used bookstore had it first or like Pango or something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
So our December book is Last Christmas in Paris by Hazel Gaynor and Heather Webb. And
Yeah.
I think somebody had mentioned it during our October live show, I wanna say, because we were, like, asking then if people had wintry ones, and so I had written it down.
Yeah.
I mean, it was on sale, and it's really pretty, and, like, seeing the letters, like, inside, and, like, some of them are in different font because it's, like, different people's
Yeah.
stories or, like, a telegram writing, like, it looks really pretty.
I love that cover. The Meet Me at
Me
Monaco
too.
cover by them is really pretty too.
Yeah. Oh, was it you, Lexi? Okay, I was like, I wrote it down because somebody had mentioned it. Okay. Did
I
you
tried
read
to
this one or
Google, like,
not?
wintry historical fiction, and it was coming up with, like, The Great Alone, and I was like, "That's not what I mean."
Oh, okay, you've read this one as well. Well,
Yeah.
this one is World War One, and I think it's 4 different stories between 1914 and 1918. So I'm excited. And set during Christmas time, I wanna say. So
I don't remember the last time I read it, World War One,
that's what I was trying to think of too. Yeah.
but
Oh, that's right, The Porcelain Maker. Yeah, that one was good.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that was October, yeah. I was like, "We missed
Yes.
it because it's
I
November."
know, I was thinking of, the Kate Quinn one,
Yeah.
Rose Code, but that was for the historical
That was
fiction
still
readathon.
yeah, but that was still a
That one
good
was good too. Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah,
I'm
this is our
how
December
many
pick.
how many pages is it?
Let's see, all the author's note stuff. It's 365.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Mhm. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, and it is on, like, Hoopla and Libby and all those things. Okay, ooh, it's still on sale then. Okay.
Well, I guess I'll go buy
Cool,
it.
cool. Yeah. Yep.
And you've never read anything by those authors, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
They have,
Nope.
they have a couple of other books.
So do they always write together and not separate?
I've only seen their name, together.
Together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Hazel what is her name?
Gaynor and Heather Webb.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, the audio and ebook are also on like Hoopla and Libby. At least I think for both of us it was. But
They
otherwise,
have a I think I don't know if this is with both of them. Okay, so Hazel Gaynor has one that about, like, the Titanic by
mm,
herself, and then she has The Lighthouse
mm,
Keeper's Daughter.
okay.
That's a really pretty cover, though. That's by herself. Um, The Last Lifeboat with
Okay.
Berkeley by herself. She has a decent amount by herself.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay,
this is
Holly
where I've
said, yeah,
seen
they
it.
write together.
Yeah,
Oh, is that the Queen for Christmas or something?
yes, that is by them, both of them, and it just came out.
Okay. I did see that one too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. It is on your Hoopla too. Awesome, Monica.
Yeah, this one's after, World War II. More like
Okay.
Queen stuff, like in the 50s,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
not necessarily wartime.
Right.
I mean, I do definitely wanna read it, but another author I definitely wanna get to is that Beatrice
Me too, Williams.
yeah, yes.
Yes. I have a couple of her books that I've been wanting to get to for a while.
And also Heather Webb has some by herself too. So maybe they
Okay.
just team up and write some books together. But yeah, I did read Meet Me in Monaco. That one's actually cool because it was about a perfume maker,
Ooh. Mhm.
and she runs during the Cannes Film Festival. She runs
Mm.
into Grace Kelly, and she comes into
Oh, that's
her,
cool.
like into her. So was it like you're reading it through like a famous person? You're reading it like from an outside kind of perspective?
Yeah, her experiences with her.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
One of
Yeah.
these authors is the Hazel author is from England and lives in Ireland, and then the Heather author, she is American. So,
Oh,
interesting.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm very
Ooh.
excited.
Which ones did you love, Holly? I think I have her new one for sure, Husbands and Lovers, which I know it was on like the Goodreads, which I mean, that's not saying much, but I mean, at least it's popular, you know?
That cover reminds me of the Taylor Jenkins Reid covers.
Same.
Because
Yeah.
I saw it and I
Mhm.
was like, "Wait, is this a new Taylor Jenkins Reid cover? Like, did they redo them?" And then I saw who the
Yeah.
author was, and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
So, I'm
Mhm.
excited for our live show. It'll be a
Me
like, a nice
too.
Christmassy
Yes.
historical. fiction one.
Yes, I know. Which, yeah, our
But
live show will be December 17th, right?
mhm,
On
on
your
my
channel? Yeah. Okay. What were you gonna
I
say?
got nervous. I thought this one was on like today's was on my channel, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I don't think I actually like put the thing." So yeah, I'm very excited.
Yes, me too. Right. Um, oh, did you say what you're reading next?
I don't know. I just finished Stealing for Keeps by Rebecca. I audio proofed that for her.
Oh,
It was super cute.
exciting. Yeah,
It's just an adorable like high school romance. It's just super cute. Um,
yeah.
so I'm like, I don't know what to pick up. Like Friday, I want to decorate my house for Christmas, and so I have the Lulu Moore novella and the Lauren
Mm,
Asher audios. I have both of those. I was like, but can I read something between now and on Thanksgiving? I mean,
yeah,
probably, but I can't listen to
I know.
audiobooks tomorrow, but I'll have my Kindle.
Mm,
So I'm
yeah,
like, I don't know. Haven't
I
decided.
know. I was like, I don't know how much reading I'll get done this weekend and stuff with Thanksgiving, but we'll see.
Are you
But
staying
at
home?
least no, we're gonna go to my parents'
Oh,
house. Yeah. Yep. And then we have like plans for the weekend because I'm gonna go see Wicked again with my mom this time because it's so good. And then we're also going to the Nutcracker Ballet with like my daughter and husband, and so we have a lot of plans.
yeah. I haven't seen Wicked.
So good.
Just has been.
Ugh,
I was supposed to
I
see it
cried.
Sunday. Really?
It's so good because it's like just people like who are different or other than other people. It just hits. It's so
Am I gonna
so
cry?
beautiful.
Oh God.
I don't know.
I mean, the
So
first time I
good.
ever, so I didn't know anything about Wicked, and we actually saw it
Mhm.
in Orlando at the like Disney theater type thing. Like the
Oh,
Broadway people came down there, and so me and
yeah.
Brandon got tickets. And we were like 6 rows back from the stage, and that was my first time I ever saw any type of like performance like that.
Yeah.
So I was like blown away. I was like, this is amazing. This is great. And so that's all I have to go off of.
Mm,
But I don't remember
it's so
like
good.
the concept about it. I just
Yeah.
remember the
Yeah.
performances being good. So
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they did really good with the movie.
we
And
were
like they
supposed to see.
changed some things too. So,
Oh, did they?
mhm.
Okay.
Oh, you should go to it, Monica.
You can go by yourself. That's fine.
Yeah, just go by yourself.
I was gonna see it Sunday, and then I woke up and I was like, bad joint day. I like slept until like 6 p.m. I stayed in bed till like 6 p.m.
Mm,
So we got like a
yeah.
refund for our tickets. So Brandon's like, we
Yeah.
can go on this Sunday, like the first. So I think we're gonna
Yeah.
buy tickets and do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
Okay. I have to bake tonight.
Oh, I just have to
Some
make
pies.
tomorrow. That's it.
Mm. Oh, let's see. People are reading stuff. Let's see. The snowball effect. I don't think I've heard of that. Hmm.
I haven't read a fanfic in so long. I just feel like I have so many things I want to read, and I'm just like paralyzed by like,
I'm like overwhelmed with how much stuff I want to read
yeah.
sometimes. And then I'll just go and read something else that's like not even on my TBR. And then that just, yeah,
Or I just doom scroll on TikTok for 2 hours.
that too. Blade Penalty.
Delete.
Is that the Tegan Hunter one? Maybe. Oh, all the things we said goodbye. The Glass Ocean sounds cool. Her last flight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, I feel like I haven't read like so many romance books. Like there's so many romance books I want to read, and then I'm expanding that to like historical fiction, and then now I'm expanding it to like romantasy. I'm like, I'm very overwhelmed.
Yeah, there's
I'm
so
very
many to get to.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Tegan Hunter. Okay. Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
that'll be nice. Yeah. Very nice.
I'm just excited to be like off of work for 4 days. I mean, off of like author work. Like I have a lot of content
Yeah.
left. I don't have to
Hmm.
do a lot of stuff like that, but
Yeah.
Jade War.
Is that the yeah, I can like see the cover. Is that
The
the
Fond du Lis
romance?
one. The
Yeah,
book.
yeah, yeah, that's the author, yeah. Hmm.
Because that's a series and I know it's a series. I haven't like it's on my shelf, but I haven't picked it up because I'm like, I don't know
Yeah.
if I can continue a series. Like I don't know if I could commit. I also just want to stop everything and reread the ACOTAR series. So, you know.
I love that series so much.
Because I haven't annotated. Like I've reread it, but I've never
Mm,
sat down and annotated. And I'm like, I really want to
yeah.
read it again. Like,
I wanna do that too, because I did reread and annotate the Crescent City, the 3rd one this year,
yeah,
and that was so much fun, and so I wanna do that with some of her other ones.
like, I can't commit to doing that with Throne of Glass because
Yeah.
8, 9 books long,
Yeah.
but, like, I can technically stop after 3 for ACOTAR.
See, Silver Flames is the one I would wanna annotate the most
I
and get
wanna do
to.
that one, but, like, if I get,
Yeah.
like, too overwhelmed, I can
True,
stop, you
true, true. Yeah,
know?
I love it.
So I'm like, "Do I do that? Do I just
Mhm,
say, TBR, what? No, it doesn't matter."
mhm. I do also wanna get to, which I know you just reread them recently, Binding 13. I wanna get to that one. That I just, like, filmed a 10 before the end video, and that's, like, on it. I was like, half of these books are from Tori that I wanna read before the end of the year, like that one, the, Olivia Rose Darling one, like Fear the Flames. Yeah, so many. But Binding 13 I do wanna get to.
Oh my
Let's
gosh, so
see.
fun. Jess was like, "Oh, you read Binding and Keeping 13?" Because it was when she was in LA. Because like, I didn't really
Yeah,
talk to her, like, she'll text me, but, like, I don't wanna bother her or
yeah,
whatever, and
yeah.
she's like, "Oh, you didn't continue on with, like, Saving and Redeeming 6?" I'm like, I have to, like, mentally, like, really
Mm,
prepare myself for those books, and I wasn't ready. Like, Binding and Keeping 13, like, I teared up a couple of times re-listening to it.
yeah,
I can't do the Saving and Redeeming 6 right now, I just
yeah.
so oh,
Oh,
you know
fair. First I thought you were gonna say, like, not SJM at all.
yeah, which is fine, to be fair.
That's fair. Yeah.
Oof,
Uh-oh.
that sucks. I
Mhm.
have seen this have you read The Sword of Kaigen?
No, this I just saw, like, Honest Fiction Jess talking about this one, though.
So, I whenever I go over to Brandon's parents' house, his dad reads a lot of, like, fantasy,
Mhm.
and he had, like, a stack of books on, like, in the living room, and I was like it was The Will of the Many,
Mm.
and it was The Sword of Kaigen, and I was like, "What the hell are you reading?" I was like, "Why are you reading these books?" He's like, "Oh, I heard that they're really good." I'm like, "Yeah, I've also heard that they're really good." So, I think he was reading The Will of the Many. I think that's the one he was reading, but
Mhm.
Jess said that she couldn't stop crying talking about that, and I'm like
Yeah, I know, yeah, I saw that too. I was like, "Wait a minute, what?"
she messaged me saying that she cried more in the Sword of Kaigen than Redeeming 6. Oh, I forgot you haven't read it, but, like,
But still, yeah.
that's saying a lot, like,
Interesting.
so I'm like, "This book better be amazing." I don't know if it's romantasy or if it's just
Mhm.
fantasy, but
Yeah.
that's on my
Interesting.
2025 TBR. Like, I can't commit to, like,
Mm.
big
Yeah.
books like that right now, so
No. Mm-mm.
I've heard it's really good.
Mm. Yeah. Which are the audios good for these ones then, or do you think are the audios good?
They just have an Irish accent, so you have to
Okay.
slow I mean, if I sped it up to, like, my normal
Yeah.
speed, I can understand them. There are some, like, Irish slang, so if you're, like,
Okay.
listening and you're like, "I don't know the word," it helps when you're reading along, but you don't have to.
Mm.
But,
Okay. Good
yeah.
to know.
But I love the audios. I re-listened like, my reread, I
Oh, with
listened to
audios.
the audios, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, same. That's what I was like, I have the special editions of the, like, Eternal Ember with the ones they did, and I bought the, like, add-on to continue the series. I'm like, I need to just read them.
I can't wait to get those because Saving and Redeeming 6, obviously, they're my favorite, but they're the pink covers that
Mm,
she did, and
mhm.
I'm like,
Yeah, they look pretty.
"So pretty."
Yeah.
My babies.
Oh, Lizelle, you also read or cried during that sword one? Ooh.
I'm like, "What is that?" I don't get the vibes that it's sad from the cover,
From the cover, yeah, interesting. Okay. I
but yeah,
need to add that to, like, my 2025 TBR then.
there's just, like, all these
Alright.
books I wanna read all the time,
I know. Same.
never ending.
And, like, I feel like no month gets slower with releases. Like, if anything, this year had more releases every month.
Do you know Laura released 6 is it 6 books or 5 books that was in the Magnolia Falls series?
It was 5,
There's
right?
5 of them?
Mhm.
Every 2 months, she had a book release. And then she has another one coming out in January.
Yeah. Which she started the year in January with Loving
Yes.
Romeo. Yep,
I'm like,
yep.
how do
She
you
did
guys
that with the previous, series too, because like, After the Storm was the end of Cottonwood Cove in, like, November, and January was Loving Romeo already for the new series.
oh my god.
Yeah, wild.
She's a monster with just popping out
I
books.
know. And they're just so good too. Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, I'm excited for her new series. And
Yeah.
I think eventually she's supposed to have one with like, in Alaska as well.
Is she?
Yeah, she had it announced, like, earlier in the year. I think it's, like, something she's doing with Montlake, though, like, with
Oh,
her agent got her picked up for, like, a duet or something like that. So, I'm excited for those as well.
even in December, I was like, "Oh, it'll slow down with releases, I can get caught up." No, Victoria Wilder's book comes out next week.
I know, it's on my Kindle, and I need to get to it.
I know I never sign up for ARCs, like, I always miss the signups and everything, so I'm just like, "I'll just sit here,
Yeah.
seeing what
I've
Kristen
slowed
thinks of it."
yeah. I've slowed down with some arcs, and I'm like, I can't like, I just don't have the energy for, like, physical ebook arcs, like, lately. So, some of them I have stopped, but that one I was like, "No, absolutely need it." Like, I love the first book so
Oh my
much.
gosh, yeah,
I just need to get to it.
yeah.
Yep. So many good books coming out in December. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm like, "Do I read those
Another
or
crazy
do I
month.
read some backlist ones? Like, what do I do?"
I know. Yep. A lot. And all the holiday ones I wanna get to. Ugh, so many books.
Yeah, I think the only full length one is Make the Season Bright by Ashley Herring Blake. That's the only one I definitely
Mhm.
wanna get to. I think all the other ones are, like, novella length,
Mm.
so
Yeah. Yeah. The Megan Quinn one is actually good, and it's a full-length one.
okay, because I saw that it wasn't that good, so then I saw that you liked
Uh,
it, then
yeah, I liked it.
I was like,
Okay,
"Okay."
yeah.
Did you listen to the audio?
Mhm. The audio was fun, yeah.
I think I might get the audio.
Yeah. But I had, like, low expectations. I wasn't expecting much, but I actually enjoyed it.
Okay,
And
I'll
it
just
didn't feel
lower.
like her writing, like, at all. Like, it felt like anybody else's book, but, like, in a good way, I guess, you know?
I watched your video today and you said that,
Which
I
is
was like, "Christy."
well, I was like, "That sounds harsh," but I mean it like it could have been anybody's writing, like, it didn't scream her, you know?
Like,
Like
yeah, her writing
yeah,
style.
I know. Yeah, it was good. The
Okay.
audio was fun, and it had, like, humor to it, like, making fun of itself, like, the narrator of the story like, not the audiobook narrator, but, like, it has a narrator, like, starting off each chapter, and it has, like, a little fun, like,
Hmm,
Dr. Seuss style, like, little limerick or whatever, but
yeah,
they're, like, humorous and, like, breaking the fourth wall and stuff, like, it's fun.
okay.
Yeah. Mm. Mhm. Yeah, it's a good one. But, yeah, otherwise, it's all, like, holiday novellas, which I prefer, honestly, to just have, like, a novella, like, for holiday ones.
Yeah, yep.
Yep, yep, yep. I think I'm gonna did you read that, Jay Wilder one yet? The whatever gifted to his dad or something?
No, I'm reading that next week.
Okay, yeah.
That was one I
Oh,
picked.
that's right,
The
yeah.
first one
I
I think that everyone picked
that's right. I did vote on that one, yeah.
was that one, but I'm very excited.
That one sounds fun, yeah.
I'm very excited for them.
Yep. Yes, that one,
Yeah,
yeah. Mhm.
I'm very excited.
Yep.
There was another novella that was like that. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Which
I
one?
can't think of the name and I can't think of the author. It was like something with the boyfriend's dad.
That's new this year?
No, no, it's just a novella in general.
Oh, hmm.
I wanna say
It's not
Jessica
is it
Kane.
holiday?
No, it's not Holiday. I wanna say it was a Jessica Kane just because Jessica Kane's unhinged,
Probably could be, yeah.
but I don't remember. And it's been on my mind every time I think of that book or that novella. I'm like, "I know that there was another boyfriend's dad, but I can't think of it."
Interesting.
Whatever.
Oh, gave the Jay Wilder one?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I'm just very excited for it.
Mhm.
Oh, that's another one by Kayla
Yeah,
Grossi.
that one was fun too. I think it could have been shorter, but 'cause it's more like full-length book, but
Mm.
it's fun for what it was.
Aw,
Mhm. Yeah, I think all 4 of those were, like, all the ones I voted for too, so I was like, "Perfect."
yay. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that is everything that we have for today.
Yep.
Oh, that one's gifted to his best friend, right? Or is that
Yeah.
also it's not that one though?
I no, I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like, imagining it, like, putting books together when they don't actually go, like, meshing
It's
books.
probably out there somewhere, yeah.
So, but this is fun.
Oh, there is that one.
Okay, okay, maybe I'm just, like, mixing them all, I guess, but there's definitely
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, too
okay.
true. Yep. Oh, interesting, okay. Here for it. Okay, well, yeah, our December pick is The Last Christmas in Paris. So we will chat again in December for this one. And hopefully everybody has a good Thanksgiving if you're doing anything or having a good weekend or you're going to see Wicked, any of those things. All right. We will. Oh, wait, what? Okay. Mm, okay. Okay. Well, I think that's everything. So bye.